and what is this about and what we are going to do in this. I'm going to give you the basics about it. See, first thing, the action words are called verbs. Verbs are those words which are action words. They tell you about the action that happens or takes place in a particular scenario or situation. So they are called action words, right? Now turning further to the scenario, English language, there are three main tenses: present, past and future. And present progressive, each tense is divided into the simple, progressive, perfect and perfect progressive, like simple present, present perfect, present continuous and present perfect continuous. This is the division that we make of the tenses. The tips and strategies that we follow while answering the questions, we have to make sure that the time of the action is told to us and the format remains the same. That means when you are answering the questions, you have to take care that you do not make any grammatical error and you keep in touch with what verbs and what tenses that we have to follow in this. Let's start with the further things in this. You have to be very consistent. Like if you are using the model past tense, so you have to use the reporting verb also in the past tense. He said that he would go. He says that he will go. Please note the word keyword I am trying to insist. Says, will go, said, would go, right? Besides that, you need to understand the changes that take place in the tenses, and that's only to confuse you and make you feel that there is something lacking. Otherwise, the things are very simple for you to understand. We begin with the first tense, that is simple present tense. This is also called present indefinite tense. This tense is a very interesting and simple tense, and this tense has to be done in a proper scenario. Now, what is the scenario? We have in this sense verb first form, that is V1, or verb plus S or ES, right? Or we have in this case here are plus verb third form, have plus verb no verb, do plus V1, am plus V3. What I am trying to insist and tell you about this is that in the questions that follow, suppose we make a sentence, he studies English. Look at the sentence I have made for you. He studies English. He is asked a question by the teacher. He has a pen. He does his homework regularly. With the plural forms, I complete the task, verb first form. They are asked a question. They have a pen. They do not miss their classes. I am intelligent enough to answer all your questions. Can you understand this singular plural? The only thing you have to keep in mind while doing these tenses is that only with the simple form you have this problem. What I mean to say simple form is that in present tense only you have this issue. That is, in present tense we have 9 methods of making a sentence, simple present tense. Then we have is present perfect, that is has or have plus verb third form. He has done the work or they have done the work. Moving on to next, present continuous, a tense which is sometimes very often used by the people. He is studying English, they are performing the task, I am doing the work. All these are present continuous tense. Present perfect continuous, he has been studying for 2 hours. They have been playing since morning. All these tenses indicate that the tense has to be used in present perfect continuous form. Have you seen this usage here? Have you understood this clearly? Okay, let's begin with the next verb in this scenario. How do we use it and what is the basic thing related to it? Simple past tense. Simple past tense is made by 5 methods. He completed the homework. They lost the pen. He understood the exercise. They completed the task. Did plus verb first form. Yes, did plus verb first form. They did not lose anything. They did understand the concepts of English. They had a sharp mind. He was prepared for the exam. They were scolded by the teacher for not doing the homework. Can you see the simple past tense? There is no other method to make a simple past tense except these 5 methods that we are using here for simple past tense. Moving on to next tense, that is past perfect. I get aside, you can jot down these 5 tenses here. all the 5 that should be done. Okay. Now, past perfect is done by had been verb third form, or you can also use had plus verb third form. You can use with for and since. Why? Because for is used for period of time and since is used for point of time. I repeat again. For is used for period of time, means you know the start or the end of the action. You know the starting and you know the ending of the action. And since is used for point of time. That means you know only the start of the action. Right? Okay. Now turning up to the usage here, they say we have the sentence, for example, for past perfect. When we change it into passive voice, the work had been done by him. I hope this is clear to you now. You've understood it thoroughly. Wonderful. Let's move to the next one. Past continuous. Past continuous is made by was, verb plus verb ing. Was, verb plus verb ing means he was writing a letter, they were playing tennis, or you can make it in passive voice like so we change it. English was being studied by her, right? Then we have past perfect continuous. You can see this. They had been studying English for a very long time. We have these 4 tenses: completion, what is the use, that we will move on. Please note with for and since, what do we use? Present perfect continuous or past perfect. How would be the error there? Please listen carefully. He is studying English since morning. Now if you have the sentence, what is the error in the sentence? So sorry, what happened? What is the error in the sentence? The sentence error is what would be the correction? Can you see this? Clearly visible, clearly understood by you that what you have to do in a tense of this format. Okay, let's turn to the next point in this. Simple future. We shall study English. They shall perform the task. We will do our best. You can see in this simple future tense, future perfect. Right. So this is future perfect tense. Moving on to future continuous, will, shall plus be plus verb ing. For example, they shall be studying tenses. That means they are studying tenses. That is an action which is going on in the nearby future. Right? Moving on to next. Future perfect continuous. You can see this usage here, future perfect continuous, will, shall plus have been plus verb ing. Right, students? Moving on to the next. We have discussed all the 12 tenses. I have explained you thoroughly. And now I am taking just general rules which we are related to tenses. First, choose your answer. This is taken from the clad paper only. Come on. What is the answer you're using? Now, how to do this? Listen to the trick. This is no rule till now. I have not discussed the rules. Now, what is this here? With they, first thing, the sentence is in present tense. Present tense. They dash the Cinderellas who dash fry rats and eat weeds. Okay. Now, if we have first thing, the thing that we have gave is past tense and will not is simple present, so can't be used. And give and hadn't can't be used. Right? Simple manner of present and past I have applied here. Now, this is plural and doesn't cannot be used for plural. This is singular. So the correct answer is gave and didn't. Right? Absolutely. Wonderful. Next question. This time tomorrow, I dash on the beach. Now you have to do nothing. You have to just use the future form. Now there is only one future usages here. Which one? Correct answer will be lying on the beach. Will be lying on the beach. Got it? Fine. Moving on to next. She said that she dash help me. Can you see this past tense? So we will not have present tense. Correct answer would. How did I choose? Just applying present and past. Next is, it is past tense, tried. So we need a past tense and the answer. Yes, past tense. Taste it. Just past and present I've applied. You can have a look at the sentence and decide on your own. Next sentence. This is present tense. I can't dance because I, present tense, have broken. You can see I will apply the rules and tell you, but this was just the general explanation that I did to you on the basis of the points that we have related to the present and the past scenario. So that makes things interesting for you once you understand them and try and apply them. Right, students? Okay. So I take up the next in this after this. Just a second. Give me a minute. Let's turn to the second part of tenses, and this we will apply the rules. Till now we had a general explanation and told you about the practice and the usages and tips that you have to follow related to tenses, how you have to apply them, what is the change that you will feel, what is the scenario that you have to understand, and you shouldn't be confused related to it. There shouldn't be anything that should come in your mind that this is not right or that is not right. सिर्फ एक आइडियोलॉजी समझने की ज़रूरत है आपको, and that's what we are applying here too. This shouldn't confuse you, and it is not purpose is to confuse you in any relationship. Rule 1. Please note the rule. With habit, fact, daily routine or universal truth, सिंपल प्रेजेंट टेंस इज यूज्ड. कोई भी चीज़ जो आपकी आदत है, जो आप रोज़ करते हैं, कोई फैक्ट है, यूनिवर्सल ट्रुथ है, द अर्थ राइजेस, द सन राइजेस इन द ईस्ट एंड द सन सेट्स इन द वेस्ट, the earth moves on its axis, honesty is the best policy, truth always wins, beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder. All of these, if you see, apply which tense? That is simple present tense. Right? Let's move to the next. You have made any example? Just look at the examples that I have made for you. They do not speak while taking lunch. Hard work is the key to success. I pray to God every day. सेंट्स आर डिवोटेड टू गॉड. देखिए सारी चीज़ें ये बता रही हैं कि ये चीज़ रोज़ होती है, एक हैबिट है, एक यूनिवर्सल ट्रुथ है, एक फैक्ट है, एक ऐसी चीज़ जिसके बारे में हम ये कह सकते हैं द थिंग्स रिमेन काइंड ऑफ अ हैबिट विच इज़ फॉर्म्ड बाय दीज थिंग्स. दे डू नॉट चेंज विद अदर थिंग्स. राइट? सो the sentence says, rule 1, that anything which is a habit, fact or daily routine or universal truth, simple present tense is used. Moving on to second rule, rule 1. As you said, rule 2, that is time factor of the past. अगर past tense का कोई भी word दिया हो, past tense का, please note, even today past tense में आता है, क्योंकि वो चीज़ सुबह हुई थी, morning में हुई थी, तो वो अभी टाइम नहीं है. Yesterday, last night, 2 days ago, 1947, ये क्या है? टाइम फैक्टर. और इनके साथ कौन सा टेंस यूज़ होता है? सिंपल पास्ट टेंस. आपने देखा था अभी कि सिंपल पास्ट टेंस बनाने का मेथड है was, were, did, we too, had. ठीक है, इनको सिंपल पास्ट टेंस के, ये सिंपल पास्ट टेंस से बनाए जाते हैं. नाउ यू कैन सी हियर, सबसे पहले तो हमारा टाइम फैक्टर देखिए और इनके साथ सिंपल पास्ट टेंस लगाया है. शी केम बैक फ्रॉम द ट्रिप 2 days ago. आई कंप्लीटेड माई होमवर्क येस्टरडे. आई हैड अ नाइटमेयर लास्ट नाइट. ये सब क्या बता रहे हैं? टाइम फैक्टर. और इनके साथ क्या यूज़ किया जाता है? सिंपल पास्ट टेंस. Right, this is clear to you. I hope you have understood what we are using here. Which tense? Simple past tense. Like if you have an example like this, for example, look at the sentence. What would the error you would mark in the following sentence? What is the error you would mark in the sentence? Please let me know. Yes, absolutely right. She had written की जगह क्या होना चाहिए? She wrote a letter yesterday. Right? Have you understood? Okay, let's move to the next. Third rule, by plus time. कहीं भी हम by Monday, by tomorrow, by next week, by next month, by next year, we use either simple future or future perfect. By Monday, verbs will be explained. She will be punished by tomorrow. They will have been promoted by 2022. India will have become a developed country, developed nation by 2030. All of these indicate that the sentence is in past tense. Simple past tense is used when time factor is given and by plus time is given, so we use simple future or future perfect. You can see all of these words used here. Simple future. Can you see this clearly written? Right, move to the next. Very important rule. Put up your, pull up your socks and focus on it. It is time, it is high time, as if, as though, I wish. All of these take one tense only one tense. Which is that one tense? That one tense is clearly mentioned, that is either first thing simple past, but it is to be kept in mind, was is never used. It is high time he completed the task, verb second form. It is a week since I met him, very important sentence. It is time you paid interest in your career. It is high time he had a pen to write with. और as if as though में भी same rule है, और I wish इसका example 2 बार आ चुका है. I wish you were a lawyer. He pretends as if he knew everything. Don't behave as though you were a minister. Don't behave as though you were a minister. So which tense is used? Simple past tense. Right there? Everything clear? All okay? Rule 4 and Rule 5 can be merged together. Why they can be merged? Because it is time, it is high time, as if, as though, and I wish. All of them will take which tense? That is simple past tense. Always simple past tense will be used with them. और दोनों के अंदर ही एक ही चीज़ ध्यान रखनी है कि was is not used. I wish he was there to help me. Right or wrong? Mark out the error in the following sentence, if any. नाउ ही के साथ वॉज ही लगता है, बट प्रॉब्लम क्या है, एरर क्या है इसके अंदर? ही होते हुए भी वॉज नहीं लगेगा. क्या करेक्ट होगा? आई विश यू वर देयर. आई विश यू वर अ बर्ड. लुक एट दिस. Right, moving on to next. ये रूल सबसे इम्पॉर्टेंट है, सबसे ध्यान से देखिए. सब सारे रूल्स में सबसे इम्पॉर्टेंट रूल, अच्छी तरह से देखकर फॉलो करने वाला रूल. अब क्या होता है कि हम फॉलो करते हैं जब हम सिंपल पास्ट, क्या होता है, एरर कैसे मिलेगी? व्हेन आई केम ही कंप्लीटेड द टास्क. सॉरी, ही कंप्लीटेड द टास्क. व्हेन आई केम ही कंप्लीटेड द टास्क. सबसे पहले तो ये देखिए कि कौन सा टेंस है, कौन सा टेंस है ये. सिंपल पास्ट केम एंड कंप्लीटेड द टास्क भी सिंपल पास्ट, मतलब दोनों तरफ सिंपल पास्ट यूज़ कर रहे हैं. तो जब हम एक पार्ट का सिंपल पास्ट लेते हैं तो दूसरा पार्ट का भी सिंपल पास्ट लेते हैं. तो यही चीज़ यहाँ पर हम डिस्कस कर रहे हैं. दोनों पार्ट्स हमने क्या लिए हैं? सिंपल पास्ट. राइट, व्हाट हैव वी यूज? सिंपल पास्ट टेंस. राइट, बट ये नहीं पॉसिबल है, सो द सेंटेंस विल बी रॉन्ग. वाई? अब इसमें क्या करते हैं, सिंपल पास्ट के साथ कंबाइन होता है या तो पास्ट परफेक्ट या पास्ट कंटिन्यूस. आई रिपीट, सिंपल पास्ट के साथ कंबाइन होता है या तो पास्ट परफेक्ट या फिर पास्ट कंटिन्यूस. कैन यू सी दैट? बट ये भी ध्यान रखना है कि पास्ट परफेक्ट और कंटिन्यूस एक साथ नहीं होगा. जैसे अगर सेंटेंस है he had done the work when she was doing it. Now एक पार्ट पास्ट परफेक्ट है, दूसरा पार्ट पास्ट कंटिन्यूस. नॉट पॉसिबल. वाई? बिकॉज दोनों टेंसेस कंबाइन नहीं हो सकते. नॉट पॉसिबल एट ऑल. अब देखिए यहाँ पे जज कैसे करेंगे कौन सा पहले लगाना है या कौन से बाद में. When he was crossing the road, he met with an accident. मतलब पहला एक्शन कौन सा स्टार्ट हुआ, रोड क्रॉस करना या एक्सीडेंट होना. जब वो रोड क्रॉस कर रहा था तब एक्सीडेंट हुआ है ना, तो ये हमारा हुआ फर्स्ट एक्शन, ये हमारा क्या हुआ सेकेंड एक्शन. ये एक बहुत ही सिंपल और इंटरेस्टिंग ट्रिक है इसको जज करने की, कि आपने कहा कि पहला एक्शन आप यूज़ करेंगे किस में, कंटिन्यूस में या फिर परफेक्ट में. अगर ये कंटिन्यूस यूज़ नहीं करते हैं तो क्या यूज़ कर सकते हैं, when he had crossed the road, right, they had researched before they performed, the patient had died when the doctor came, so when the doctor came the patient had died. First action, patient died. Second action, doctor came, right. She had been molested when the police arrived. मतलब पुलिस बाद में आ रही है, पहले मोलेस्टेशन हुआ है. Can you see this first action and second action doing wonders? The student had done well when the teacher asked him the result. अब टीचर रिजल्ट पूछ रहा है तो आपने पहले ही अपना एनालिसिस कर लिया ना, so had done. First action, students analyzing the paper. Second, it reaches the teacher. Isn't it true or false? Come on. True. Right. So that's what you have to also keep in mind related to past and future in this context. अब देखिए एडवर्ब ऑफ फ्रीक्वेंसी. एडवर्ब फ्रीक्वेंसी हमेशा वर्ब से पहले लगेंगे. दे विल बी ऑलवेज प्लेस्ड बिफोर द वर्ब एंड द टेंस प्रेफर्ड वुड बी either simple present or present perfect. सॉरी, पेन का सेंटेंस देखते ही मेरा भी पेन गिर गया. He always has a pen to write with. सबसे पहला रूल before verb. Next rule simple present, simple present. He always does his work properly. She is always on time. She never does things accordingly. So जो adverbs of frequency कौन कौन से होते हैं, usually, never, regularly, sometimes, occasionally, generally, rarely, always, seldom, already, ये सारे adverbs of frequency हैं और इनके साथ हम tense लगाएंगे, that is या तो simple present या फिर present perfect. क्लियर है. सेंटेंस बनाते हैं. He has often understood the concepts clearly. He occasionally comes on time. She rarely gets late. He has already done the work. They seldom play cricket. He usually gets scolded. टेंस भी मैच करिए, पोजीशन भी मैच करिए ताकि कोई प्रॉब्लम अराइज ना हो. राइट, आगे देखते हैं. टू सिंपल फ्यूचर टेंसेस आर नॉट यूज टुगेदर. अगर हम यूज़ कर रहे हैं तो फर्स्ट एक्शन हम यूज़ करते हैं सिंपल प्रेजेंट में और सेकेंड एक्शन यूज़ करते हैं सिंपल फ्यूचर. When he clears CLAT, he will go to Bangalore. फर्स्ट एक्शन कौन सा हुआ, सिंपल प्रेजेंट. सेकेंड एक्शन क्या हुआ, गोइंग टू बैंगलोर. फर्स्ट एक्शन, सेकेंड एक्शन, उसमें था फर्स्ट एक्शन किस में था, पास्ट टेंस के सेंटेंस में फर्स्ट एक्शन किस में था, पास्ट परफेक्ट या फिर पास्ट कंटिन्यूस. और इसमें फर्स्ट एक्शन किस में है, सिंपल प्रेजेंट और सेकेंड एक्शन सिंपल फ्यूचर. You will think differently when you retire. So thinking differently when you retire, right? Next rule, with present perfect and since plus simple past. I have been scolded since I was a child. आप देख रहे हैं सबसे पहले यूज़ किया गया है प्रेजेंट परफेक्ट और फिर यूज़ किया है सिंपल पास्ट. ये रेयर कॉम्बिनेशन है प्रेजेंट और पास्ट का, रेयर कॉम्बिनेशन, इट्स हार्डली यूज्ड. He has studied seriously since he was in 12th. You have done the work properly since you were asked. You have done present perfect, were asked simple past, right? Yet so far to this day till today already, just इन सब के साथ आप कौन सा टेंस लगाएंगे? प्रेजेंट परफेक्ट. The result has not been declared yet. Present perfect. To this yet again, he has not done anything so far. To this day, India has been a developed nation. Till today, you have not submitted your notebook. He has already done his work. The plane has just left. The plane has just taken off. So which tense? Present perfect. Right? चलिए नेक्स्ट देखते हैं क्वेश्चन स्टार्ट करते हैं. फॉलो द क्वेश्चंस. Since it is a universal truth, habit, fact, or daily routine, what do we use? Which tense? Simple present tense. This happens every time, so the answer moves. Yesterday, time factor is given. Which tense? Simple past tense. Right? You're getting the rules, applications here clearly. No doubt in this. Everything is clear. Move to the next question. Started to rain. It started to rain. सबसे पहले तो बताइए started कौन सा tense है? Simple past tense. ठीक है. और इसके साथ हम क्या टेंस यूज़ कर रहे हैं? सिंपल पास्ट के साथ पास्ट कंटिन्यूस. सो इट स्टार्टेड टू रेन वाइल वी वर प्लेइंग. राइट. Same rule here, past continuous. Simple past tense is given. Which tense? बताइए कौन सा आंसर लें? Is driving कौन सा टेंस है? प्रेजेंट कंटिन्यूस. ड्रोव कौन सा टेंस है? सिंपल पास्ट. वॉज ड्राइविंग कौन सा टेंस है? अगेन पास्ट कंटिन्यूस, बिकॉज पास्ट सिंपल पास्ट है तो यू गो फॉर पास्ट कंटिन्यूस. राइट. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. ध्यान से देखिएगा वो रूल कितना ऑफन यूज किया गया, कितनी बार यूज किया हमने इसको. ओके, नाउ ही वॉज ड्राइविंग, पास्ट कंटिन्यूस है, तो अब हमें क्या यूज़ करना है वॉज ड्राइविंग के साथ? सिंपल पास्ट टेंस। He fell asleep while he was driving. Simple past tense, fell asleep while he was driving. अब यहाँ दिया गया है टाइम फैक्टर। टाइम फैक्टर के साथ कौन सा टेंस? सिंपल पास्ट टेंस, राइट? ही went out 5 minutes ago. Next question. ये हैबिट है कि पेपर हमेशा आता है, वीकली आता है, मतलब कि हमेशा ऐसा होता है। दिस इज समथिंग विच इज़ अ फैक्ट, सो द आंसर appears. Next, when he went to the cinema, went is simple past tense, cinema, the film, जब सिनेमा में हो गया, the film started या had started या had already started. Now इसमें already की प्रॉब्लम ये है कि इसमें has या had नहीं है, would can't be used in this, and so the answer is had started. Can you see this clearly? Had started. Moving on to next. We have more on this? No. Moving on to 9th and 10th question. आराम से देखिए और क्वेश्चन फॉलो कर सकते हैं। नाउ यहाँ पे रूल लगा है सिंपल पास्ट के साथ पास्ट परफेक्ट या पास्ट कंटिन्यूस। क्या मेरे पास पास्ट कंटिन्यूस है? नो, वी डोंट हैव पास्ट कंटिन्यूस। सबसे पहले तो ये कौन सा टेंस है? ये है सिंपल पास्ट टेंस, राइट? ये कौन सा टेंस है? प्रेजेंट परफेक्ट टेंस। कौन सा टेंस है? पास्ट परफेक्ट टेंस। और ये कौन सा टेंस है? प्रेजेंट परफेक्ट टेंस, राइट? कैन यू सी दिस? ये दिया गया है सिंपल पास्ट टेंस। तो सिंपल पास्ट टेंस के साथ हम क्या जोड़ेंगे? पास्ट परफेक्ट। सो व्हेन आई हैड, अब यहाँ दो ऑलरेडी हैड है, ठीक है, तो यहाँ पर एक ही हैड आ सकता है, तब ये दोनों हैड मिलकर क्या बनेंगे? पास्ट परफेक्ट। सो द करेक्ट आंसर विथ हैड, राइट स्टूडेंट्स? ओके। Dash 10th question. Men dash to abolish wars up to now, but maybe they will find a way in the future. Now, this sentence is in present tense. You can see it clearly. So we cannot have the sentence in past tense. अब men के साथ helping verb यहाँ पे है ही नहीं, so can't be used here. Now we have never managed, will have never managed. Now there is already a will here, so we can't have a second will here. Present perfect tense is used. Men have never managed. आपको मैं क्वेश्चंस एक बार दिखा देती हूँ सारे 10। Yes, can you see this clearly here? And in this here, we have the questions which I have shown you. First one. Second, you can take a screenshot. You could send me your doubts if you have any. Right, students? So I hope you have understood tenses thoroughly, and in the coming up classes, we'll prepare more for our AILET section. Right, students? Thank you.